Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, the one and only Hosting Cruz, bringing you another exciting edition of boxing. Don't forget to hit and to like, subscribe to my channel. It's always greatly appreciated. Stay tuned. Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Hosting Cruz, and guys, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk to you guys about in this special video about a very special fighter and one of my favorite fighters in boxing today. Not only today, but has been has been my favorite fighter for some time, and that is none other than the one and only legendary fighter from Managua, Nicaragua. 51 wins, 4 losses, 41 big wins by knockout. The only 4-division world champion in the history of Nicaraguan boxing. Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. Really needing no introduction the world over, guys. This guy, he's done it all for his country in Nicaragua when it comes to boxing, man. He's accomplished a lot of things. Much more things than any Nicaraguan fighters ever did, including the late, great Alex Arguello. Like I said, Chocolatito is the only 4-division world champion. Arguello only did 3-division world champion, 3 divisions. Chocolatito, the first fighter in Nicaragua to become 4-division world champion, so that was a big deal. And for a little guy like him, you know, he's the biggest little man in boxing. What I call him. So I'm here to talk about him, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to talk about a bit of his career. His accomplishments, because he's being advertised to make a comeback at home for the first time in years. I think about maybe going on 9 years since he last fought at home in Nicaragua. So they got a card on July 12th in Nicaragua, and of course Chocolatito will be the main event. He'll be fighting at home for the first time since 2015. So this is a homecoming fight, and it's likely, based on rumors and all that stuff, that is likely to be the last fight of the historic career and legendary career of Chocolatito Gonzalez. The curtains are likely to close after that fight. And if so, what a way to go out. What a way to go out on your own terms. You know, the boxing, you know, ain't much fighters can say boxing ain't retired them. They retired from boxing. So if this is Chocolatito's last dance, then, you know, I applaud him, and what a hell of a career that he's accomplished, man. And let's talk about his accomplishments, guys. He's a 4-division world champion, like I said. He won his first world title at minimum weight at 105 pounds in Japan. Chocolatito has a lot of fights. A lot of his fights has been in Japan because, you know, he's under Taiken Promotions. Yutaka Nida defeated Yutaka Nida to become the WBA minimum weight champion. Racked up a few wins by stoppage. Let's see. Then he became the interim WBA light flyweight champion. Then he was boasted up to the full champion. And he won that fight. In the fight that he became full champion against Manuel Vargas. That fight happened in Cholula, Mexico. And then racked up a few more wins by stoppage. Then he fought the tremendous fighter, legendary future Hall of Famer, just like Chocolatito, future Hall of Famer, in Juan Francisco Estrada, at the Memorial Sports Arena in Los Angeles. Estrada beat him there in the first of 3 fights they had against each other. 3 legendary fights, 3 razor-thin fights. All could have gone either way in all those 3 fights, man. Their styles were meshed, and they were meant for each other. And that's what happened in those fights. Chocolatito won the first one, and Estrada got him in the last 2 fights that they had. Razor-thin fights, could have gone either way, like I said. Then he went back to Japan, won the WBC and ring flyweight titles, ladies and gentlemen, against Akira Yagashi in a fight that was a tremendous back-and-forth war in Japan. But the suffocating pressure, the avalanche of punches by Chocolatito was too much for Yagashi. Yagashi as he began to swell up, bust up, bust up, and the referee came in and stopped the fight in the ninth round by TKO. Chocolatito winning the ring and WBC flyweight titles. Then Chocolatito finally made his American debut on HBO. I'll never forget it. It was a co-main event to a Triple G fight, and Triple G, um, they've been doing this for the past number of fights, a few fights. That when Triple G will fight, Chocolatito will be the co-main event. So it was a thing, and it was successful. Bring tickets, and it would sell out, and it would do good numbers. So it was an attraction. It was an attractive event. So he went up against Edgar Sosa, a Mexican veteran, and he took him apart. I remember that was the first time I really saw Chocolatito fight, live on TV as well, and I was amazed of the accuracy, the combination punching, the pressure, hands up, and just working Edgar Sosa to the head and body, busting him up with uppercuts, dropping him with a solid right cross. It was just a sensational performance. And I was like, wow. And the thing is, prior to that fight, Chocolatito, I've always read up on Chocolatito. I would bump into #1 pound for pound rankings and like top pound for pound rankings, and Chocolatito always be like #1. He will always be mentioned among the best fighters in the world and pound for pound. And I'm like, man, who is this guy? Roman Gonzalez. And I always see his pictures here in pound for pound rankings and mentioned among the best fighters in the world. And when I finally saw him on HBO against Edgar Sosa, I see why. And then I quickly became a fan, and then I just saw his work, man. The avalanche of punches, Chocolatito, hands up, cut the ring, suffocating pressure. And when he lets his hands go, it is like I said, he doesn't stop. It's just a barrage of punches. And what amazed me about Chocolatito, man, is his accuracy. His accuracy, man. Likely none of his shots are gonna be missing. He lets those hands fly, and his uppercuts, hooks, body shots, right hands, and it's like he's doing it at the same time he's in defense. So while he's throwing punches, he's moving his head side to side. When he's finished with a 1, 2, 3 combo, he's ducking, slipping, so he can continue his combinations after he ducked and slipped your punches. Amazing. Then he fought Brian Valoria at Madison Square Garden. Triple G was the main event. That was the night he fought David Lemieux. He retained his WBC flyweight titles and ring. Then he fought my hometown fighter McWilliams Arroyo from Fajardo, Puerto Rico, in a very good fight. McWilliams stood his ground, held his own. He gave a good fight to Chocolatito, but Chocolatito was a bit too much, and he defeated Arroyo by decision. And then the next fight, he defeated Carlos Cuadras at the Forum in Los Angeles to win the WBC Super Flyweight title, becoming the first 4-division world champion from Nicaragua. At the time, Alexis Agüey was the only one to win 3 divisions. So Chocolatito did it in 4. Tremendous fight. It was a pretty close fight. So Chocolatito, I remember that fight. He needed that last round, in my opinion, and he's closed that fight strong. And that's what got him the win, in my opinion. Well deserved, tremendous accomplishment. Then he fought Sugarset Suramvesai in a brutal fight, in one of the best fights you'll ever see at Madison Square Garden. Again, under a Triple G fight card, pay-per-view, and with an upset. Suramvesai came out of nowhere, dropped Chocolatito in the first round, became a bloodbath, back and forth. It became a bloodbath after that. It was a tremendous back and forth fight. Chocolatito closed strong. I felt Chocolatito deserved the win, even though he got knocked down. It was a tremendous back and forth, brutal war. Chocolatito with the urgency in the end of the fight, in the last round, finishing strong. So he was a champion coming in, undefeated. So for him to lose that fight, for the decision not to go his way, I was like, wow, it was a shocker. Moises Fuentes, he defeated Moises Fuentes. And he defeated Julio Cesar Martinez. He took Julio Cesar Martinez and battered him all over the place for 12 rounds. Put on a boxing clinic, a masterclass performance, and just outclassed Julio Cesar Martinez, who's no joke. So yeah, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, ladies and gentlemen, July 12th, in Managua, Nicaragua. Regreso a casa. You know, it's a dream come true for Chocolatito because he hasn't fought there in 2015. So, and since 2015 to now, he's accomplished so much. He's a much different fighter, much more mature, and coming back home with so much accomplishment since that last time he fought in Nicaragua. So it's a tremendous opportunity, great opportunity, once in a lifetime for him, and a satisfying event for him that he could end his career, if this is what it is, in Nicaragua. Give his people a great show, and of course the boxing world, whoever's going to be tuning in live on TV. A tremendous fight and a tremendous show. We don't know who the opponent is, but it is scheduled for July 12th in Nicaragua. And yeah, Roman Chocolatito, man, if this is his last fight, he's going to go down as one of the greatest fighters ever put up here gloves, man. His style is fan-friendly, hard puncher, a lot of punches, suffocating pressure, tremendous offense, combination, and defense. He's only a handful of fighters that can go into offense while giving you a defensive approach at the same time. Amazing fighter. Humble man. Excellent. Very nice man as well. He's in the church. He's a Christian. But man, as nice as he is, don't let that smile fool you and humbleness fool you, man. He will go in there and beat the dog crap out of you. He is a mean fighter. He means business. And I'm sure on July 12th, man, in front of his people in Nicaragua, he will mean business once again, likely for the last time. As a fan of Chocolatito, I hope really is not the last time, but he's 36. So he's 36. He's had a long career, a lot of wear and tear on that body. He's had some tough fights because of his style as well, you know. He's comes forward, Mexican style, comes forward, bangs it out. So, you know, his style is give and take, you know, and he's been around. He's had a long career. He's got 51 wins, man. He's got 56 professional fights. It's a lot. It's a lot for a little man like him. It's a lot of fights. But yeah, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez de Nicaragua, 4 division world champion, 51 wins, 4 losses, 41 big wins, coming by way of knockout. Chocolatito Gonzalez. When they mention his name, man, they say Chocolatito, it's like, and they stretch it out. You see Gonzalez like Chocolatito, the pride, man. Proud fighter, and just full of pride and honor, and you know, Chocolatito is a great fighter, and definitely the Hall of Fame is waiting for him. So, but I'm looking forward as a fan to see what else he got left on July 12th, and I wish him nothing but the best, man. Win, lose, or draw. Miracle by Boxing, guys. I'm your host, Wilson Cruz. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, ladies and gentlemen. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys about boxing right here. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.